Dr. Vissvas Paanse. He is a highly qualified professional and an ex-banker and is working in the MSME sector since the last 20 years. He has done his doctorate in entrepreneurship from Berks University, UK. He is an advisor to the All India MSME Association, which is our association. He has also been the advisor for channel partners, direct sales companies and a number of networking companies. He has shared the board with ex-ED RBI, ex-chairman Bank of Maharashtra and ex-chairman Ingersoll Rand. He is expert in sales training. He has developed and imparted psychophysics training on sales and marketing to about 10,000 young non-SSC boys and girls. And he is currently helping the SMEs resolving their NPA and business-related problems.
Now I would like to call Dr. Vissvas Paanse to deliver his speech.
Thank you very much. First of all, I thank IMA to give me this platform to explain something which is perhaps we are bothered about it but has not given a serious thought to it. The most critical issue today SMEs are facing are the NPA situation. And instead of going into the details of how the account becomes NPA, what is the process is being followed, that is one part which is available in the books, which is available easily everywhere. But still I will just shortly tell you, if the account does not pay more than 90 days any money due to the bank, the account becomes eligible to be an NPA. And once the account becomes NPA, within about 140 days, bank can take the forceful physical possession of the properties which are mortgaged to the bank. They give initially a 13-2 notice under SARFAESI Act, which tells you that within 60 days you have to repay the money. I have not seen across any notice which contains that within 60 days you can raise the objection. That part is very conveniently hidden by the bank. You have got a right to give an objection on section 13-2 notice. The objections which in certain cases which we have raised, we have found that the bank has withdrawn the notice. So you should not forget that you have to take an objection on the notice, and that objection should have been very elaborate. I can just share with you, and you will agree with me, none of the banker you will find that is well versed with all the provisions and all the guidelines of the bank or the RBI. They are bound to make certain mistakes, and they have made the mistakes. You have to find out what mistakes they have made. Now when I am saying this, I am not promoting any willful default. I am not going to promote those people who have got the ill motive for using the bank funds, because ultimately they are the public funds. But I am talking about the fact that it is the SME sector which is major contributory to the economy of the country, is not getting a fair treatment in the whole deal. In the sense, if I am giving interest for years together to the bank, when I am going to fall sick, instead of treating my sickness, you are killing me. Is it the way that we have to do the business? What is the fundamental principles of any business? They have got only two purposes to be in the business. One is to get a customer and other is to retain the customer. Bank is not retaining the customer. Can bank vouch for every customer which they have got, they will never fail sick? Can anybody vouch for this? They are bound to fail sick. Industry is bound to fail sick. Like an individual, when you become sick, you give a treatment. What happens to industrial sickness? Particularly, SMEs are very vulnerable. They can fall sick very fast. There is no counseling. There is no guidance. This particular aspect has to be seen by the bank, even in a positive manner, rather than just looking for their balance sheet to do the window dressing, and for the purpose of window dressing, they do the restructuring. How many restructuring, you make a survey, how many restructuring have been done in the interest of the customer, in the interest of the borrower? Every restructuring has been done to work out their balance sheet look good. That's all. There has to be a separate, proper understanding about the business. There has to be a separate agency to help them out, and even maybe a monitoring agency that how the NPAs has to be come out of the problem. Now, if that is the condition, what an NPA should do? This maybe we are talking very ideologically this thing, but what a person today who is facing? He is a vindictive of the victim of all this nonsense. What I am trying to tell you that even if you are falling sick or you are likely to fall sick, you should take immediate action. If not, if you are already become an NPA, even then you should not worry. Look at the NPA situation in a very different way. 90% or rather most of us are looking at NPA situation from the banker's point of view. We are not looking back from the business point of view. We have to look at the bank from the business point of view and you will see the difference. Why we should not worry about that 160 days, 140 days, there are various platforms available. Take a professional guidance. You can secure your assets for a reasonably good time. In my career, which I am meeting so many NPAs, I found that what they are asking the bank, give me time. They are not asking, give me money. And bank is 90% of the time denying the time. If you go to the bank, I am an NPA, I am ready to pay 10 lakhs rupees, I am ready to pay 10%, I am ready to pay 5%. No, you have to pay 25%. Now, even if you go to DRT, let me tell you one thing, DRT is not an immediate solution for getting a relief from the NPA condition. You have to find out a business solution for all your NPA conditions. If the business succeeds, you can take care of the bank. Don't sacrifice the business for the sake of bank. Bank is for, who is for whom? Bank is for the business or business is for the bank? I have met so many people who have sold their assets, they have sold all their personal property just to meet the bank requirement, just to be in the good books of the bank. Let me tell you that you have to buy time properly, regain the strength in the business, sit across the banker for the settlement. That is the strategy one has to adopt. So, when you become an NPA, you have to look at the business. You have to look at the bank from the business point of view. In the sense, what should be done to revive my business? I clearly tell my client, don't pay bank. They get shocked. How can you say that? I said, who is for whom? The money which I got is for my business, not to pay the bank. This money has to become productive. Whatever money I have got in my hand has to become productive. If I have to pay the whole loan, if I have to pay all interest, my productivity is going down. What I am going to do? मैं आज का मरण कल पोस्टपोन कर रहा हूं. Nothing more than that. Do you have a total roadmap? Let us sit across, make a proper roadmap, how to come out this situation. If bank helps, very good. If bank does not help, that doesn't mean that I should sacrifice my business. My business is my prime and the most important priority than the bank. Under these circumstances, there are methods to take the time from the bank. There are methods to go and make the settlement from the bank. And during that period, you have to think about the alternate methods of raising the finance. We have got a very wrong notion that bank is the only resource for us to get the capital. But fundamental principle of the capital is that capital is nothing but discounting of future profits. If you have a profitable business, you need not have to worry that bank will give me funds or not. There are so many ways to raise the funds. You can, now when you come to that kind of situation, you have not to sell your product. You have to sell a business deal. When you make a business deal, you will find so many partners in so many ways. They can be your channel partners who will come forward. But more you tell them that I am in a business problem, nobody will help you. So what you have to do, you have to find out what are your strengths, which are not reflected in your balance sheet. The capabilities of the promoters are never been reflected in the balance sheet, so we have to discover how to convert those capabilities into the capital. So there, and you will find that actually the solution is there with you. The only thing, because of the fear and the psychic pressure on you, you have lost the track on your business. I normally tell my client that I will not be able to give the solution. Actually, solution lies with you. I will help you to discover it. And when they find that, yes, this is the way I have to look at it, and they themselves have find a lot of solutions for their problem. So my friends, I just wanted to conclude in a nutshell that NPA is really not a worry. It may help you to look at yourself in a different way, and it can also give a business opportunity provided you understand how to use it. Sometimes I have told my people, अरे NPA हो गया बहुत अच्छा हो गया, अभी आज के बाद पेमेंट ही मत करना. आज के बाद पेमेंट ही अभी यही पेमेंट तुम खाली दो पर्पस के लिए यूज करो. The first purpose is to take the legal protection, and the second purpose to use that money for your business. If you do those things, you will find that after 2 years or 3 years, you are again back to your normal thing. And when you, after 3 years, you sit across the table, you can negotiate with the bank, and you can, even in that loss, you can make some profit. Am I right in saying this? Another thing I tell my clients that don't borrow money from the market. Today you are borrowed money at 14%, 16%, 17%, whatever rate of interest you have borrowed. Now if you go to the market and borrow the money, it will be much higher than this. If you are not able to service this money, how can you service that money? So you make your roadmap very clearly, and you will find that this only the worry of NPA should not allow you to sacrifice your business. Your business is the most important thing. Bank is a secondary thing, so don't bother about the bank. This may look different, but it is a fact for the businessman to take it this, and under every odd condition, you have to find out what is the business opportunity. NPA can also become a business opportunity. You have to look at it in a different angle. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vissvas Paanse, for giving the insights on NPA.